Good morning, welcome to our presentation on the location Nha Trang. And the team members are me, Mina, Tiffany, Duffy, and Pierce. In the presentation today, we're going to talk about Nha Trang. We divided our presentation into 5 parts. First, we look at the information about Nha Trang. Second, we focus on how the global impact affects our destination. Next, we talk about the positive and negative impacts the hospitality and tourism industry has on Nha Trang. And finally, we look at how the economy benefits from global impact and give the conclusion. So, to begin with, let's look at some information about Nha Trang. It's located in Khánh Hòa province in the south of Vietnam. It's one of the most 29 beautiful places in the world and attracts more than 1 million international tourists per year. In the last 5 years, number of present tourists are significantly higher than other international tourists. Here, it's best known for its scuba diving and long stretches of beach, with the coastline 385 kilometers long. And also, there are many tourist attractions, and one most popular is Moon, as you can see in the PowerPoint. Now, I would like to move on the next part of my presentation, the global impact. First is the economy. According to the International Monetary Fund, from 2017 to 2019, there was a strong increase in the global economy, as you can see in the pictures, especially investment and government spending. It wasn't as high as the year 2004 to 2007, but it was the most rapidly after a sharp economic fall in 2009. At the same time, there were many projects that were invested in Nha Trang. Also, you can see in the picture. These projects were from both government and private organizations as well. In the year of 2018, Vinpearl Group invested 2 out of 4 projects. Vinpearl is a group under Vingroup, which is one of the largest investment organizations in Vietnam. In the year of 2019, there were 6 projects that were invested. Economic growth also made the living standard of people increase, also higher the education level of workers in tourism-related fields. Furthermore, after the outbreak of coronavirus, the global economy has significantly dropped. Every country is affected, so do Nha Trang. The international traveler had decreased, and the local economies such as hospitality industry, manufacturing industry in general have fallen down because of the pandemic. To be more specific, companies are all closed due to the national social distancing. However, some researchers predict that in 1 or 2 years, Vietnam economy can be improved, but it might take 4 to 5 years to be completely recovered. Next point is climate change. According to the Climate Change Index, Vietnam is among 30 countries in the world that have extreme climate risk. Vietnam is usually faced with natural disasters including storms, floods, and droughts. Over the last 50 years, the average temperature has increased by 2 to 3 Celsius and the sea level has risen by 20 centimeters. Coastal communities, including Nha Trang, are considered as the highest risk because they rely on the natural resources for their living. The typhoon Dambre in November 2017, which caused over 700 billion Vietnam dong damage in Khánh Hòa province, which is directly in Nha Trang. It also damaged more than 40,000 aquaculture cases. This is the weakness of climate change.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Priscilla Pampanya. So now I would like to draw attention to positive impact in Nha Trang. Converse environment, Nha Trang Bay Marine Protect Area was established in 2002 to enable adequate management of the local live community while providing opportunity for alternative income to the local community. During the baseline survey performed in 2002, other of an eventually performed in 2005, indicate for reasonable decline in a hard coastal structure in the Marine Protect Area. The Lake of Hormone, a core zone at heart of Marine Protect Area, and attraction for underwater tourists show some recovery of the local cover, despite the fact that bay has been polluted with rapid development and numerous tourists. There are action to save the bay, both forest and local tourists and interest in protecting the marine environment of Nha Trang Bay. According to study in marine protection in Nha Trang Bay by Great Basin and Ann Holmes, there are a growing number of both local and foreign tourists to support the protection of Nha Trang Bay. The movement of the BTP, also known as willingness to pay, has slowly grown. This indicates that both tourists, especially the foreign tourists, see the definitive positive value and exit of Nha Trang Bay. Location: Nha Trang City is located in Can Hao Province in southern central Vietnam. To 1995, the economy of Can Hao Province relied heavily on the agriculture, forestry, and fishery, which account for 50% of the total gross domestic product. However, the industry, construction, and service tourism sector have grown substantially since 1999, and contribution of this to economic sector to Can Hao Province has been enormous, accounting for 80% of the total gross domestic product of the province. The growth in this economic sector was accompanied by an increase in the number of construction projects, including road and port, hotel and resort, the upgrading of opening of the industrial zone, and urbanization of NTC since late 2000. Tourist resorts not only immigrate inland but were also built on island, such as White Pearl Land, Diamond Resort, or Hampton Resort. Third, tourism development. Nha Trang has been one of the most famous destinations to both international and domestic tourism since the late 90s. Every year, Nha Trang tourism has rather stable growth. In 2015, as well record that the tourist arrival rise up to 11.7% in general compared with 2015 and brought approximately 8,300 BND back to Nha Trang City. The international tourist segmentation was also 18% higher in the number compared with previous year. Besides, there was not only an increased tourist arrival but also in the facility and service offer. The tourist 81% was the rising number for international cruise ships coming to Nha Trang, actually compared with 2015. Moving forward to 2017, with the boom of Chinese tourists, Nha Trang welcomed 2.6 million tourists only in the first half of 2017, bringing 7.6 billion VND in renovate and 22% increase in growth compared with the same period in 2016. However, with the aim of attract more tourists and investment to Nha Trang, the government has been planning plenty of the development project to Nha Trang. Transportation development. Nha Trang Port is a port with 4 berths. The longest is 250 meters. It can be handled general cargo ships of the tonnage of up to 20,000 DWT and passenger ships which have capacity of up 60,700 TT. The port had mooring depth from 8.5 to 11.8 meters. The total warehouse area of the port is 80,000 miles square, according to the detailed plan of the South Central Sea Port Group by 2020 and orientation to 2030. Nha Trang Port will be planned and reorganized international passenger wharf, domestic tourist marina, and specialized passenger wharves. Since 2016, Can Hao Province had developed project toward a modern international tourism hub port in the transportation to Nha Trang Port, aim to bring Nha Trang Port to welcome at least 150,000 international tourists traveling by sea and 1 million domestic tourists to visit sea and island route.
Good morning, so I will continue player part. According to Can Hao Province Department of Tourism, nearly 1.6 million tourists stay in Can Hao Province for the purpose of visiting Nha Trang in the first 3 months of 2019. In 2020, Can Hao received nearly 986,000 tourists from the beginning of the year until the end of August, including 426,000 foreign and 560,000 domestic visitors. With the significant growth of tourism, Nha Trang is being influenced negatively and positively. and now is the withdrawal aspect. The most thing that we can clearly see that the environment is getting worse. The amount of waste is increasingly increased and the majority of it has not been handled or being handled and treated using burial methods, causing significant damage to the landscape, the environment, the natural, and the quality of water supplies. At the moment, wastewater and domestic waste management facilities at the tourist attractions and beaches are insufficient. The beach and tourist attractions are filled with garbage, trash, nylon bags, drinking cans, and the street vendors do not collect discarded food left on the sand by the customers. And the touristing boats also leaking oil into the ocean that lead to water pollution and the extremely degradation of the marine habitat. Nguyen and Tong 2017 state that between 2002 until 2015, the seagrass had decreased 45% and the coral reef also decreased 13.5%. And the statistic is a clear evidence for the degradation of Nha Trang. Various vehicle and transportation are being used, releasing deleterious gas into the atmosphere causes air pollution. And in addition to oil contamination of coastal seawater caused by tourist transport, forms of entertainment, water sport, and coral exploitation for the purpose of making souvenirs, tropical habitats have been significantly degraded. Parallel with the decrease of environment quality is the influence of social. Water pollution and the lack of space for boats threaten the fishermen and also fishing village, job and life. The beaches or islands in Nha Trang with a large amount of people lying on the sand, so some even bring blanket, pillow, etc. cause visual pollution. Residents who live near the beach or the tourist attractions can struggle through sound pollution with loud talking, partying, laughing in the inconsonant time. Hence, it can be said that locals' life is being affected. Continue with the cultural consequence. Nha Trang has to changing to meet the needs of tourism and satisfying tourists and slowly losing their cultural nature. Traveling in a destination, especially in the tourist places, people can mostly hear Chinese or Russian language and rarely to see the local residents. With the opening of several fast food chain stores such as Burger King and so on, that determine cultural base of the destination is being impacted. Thank you.
My name is Tiffany and I will talk about economic benefit from global impacts in Nha Trang. Nha Trang is located in Vietnam, and Vietnam is a fast and emerging market with stable economic growth and governance. According to Desan in 2021, sustainable tourism development in Nha Trang was made by activities such as planning for sustainable marine ecotourism development, human resource training, and tourism businesses respecting the principle of ecotourism. The economic structure of Khánh Hoa has shifted toward modernity. Proportion of service tourism significantly increased from 40 to 48% from 2005 to 2020, according to the Department of Tourism in Khánh Hoa in 2020. Many jobs such as local tour guides, salesmen in the market, fishermen, shop in textile industrial, and many jobs in hospitality area has been created. From 2006 to 2018, poor household rate has been decreased about 40%, according to Ministry of Labor of Khánh Hoa Province in 2000. The significant increase of profit from tourists, many money for local communities have been received, and the government used it to develop public facilities such as transportation, roads, bridges, have poor people and children to go to school, according to Vietnam National Assembly in 2015. And in conclusion, it is certain that globalization has greatly impacted on Nha Trang. Despite it caused negative influences such as pollution and negative effects local lifestyle, the positive aspect outweighed by increasing Nha Trang economy and social cultural assimilation. Same as other destinations in the world, Nha Trang